Aside Lumen Field in Seattle. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. This taken in at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Rodgers now on first down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers rolling to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Down right around the 25. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that's complete to Adams. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off play action. Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Za'Darius Smith. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. So they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. On 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. He's got him in, complete, and all the way in, touch. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd been to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Now to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Tanner Muse gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
These two teams all tied after one.
Score time 7-7.
Second and 8. Now a give, right side. Cottrell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Rodgers. This one complete to Tonyan underneath. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tonyan. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Now Crosby for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score. Packers 14, Seahawks 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They go play action with Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score. Packers 21, Seahawks 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They go play action now. Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
It feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Play action. Now Wilson. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, Wilson. He'll find his man. That's Freddie Swain. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 2nd down at 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 22-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
A 39-yard attempt.
And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Seattle.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Quickly out wide to Eskridge. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Brought down just shy of the goal line.
They'll try again, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Here's 2nd and 10.
He's checking.
Here's Wilson. Right back to Eskridge. This time it's complete. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and 2, now Wilson. That one is swing complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Gerald Everett, 31 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Running right, Jones. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Caught on the right side by Adams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a 1st down as well.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Open man, here's Cobb. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 42 yards. And the Packers have retaken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, right side. Cottrell. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion. On
3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that, but finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that will keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He hits Adams, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
This is caught, and it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, a 24-yard touchdown. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Packers. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was... solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play action. It's Wilson. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He'll try again, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. The extra point now coming from Myers. And, oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Allen Lazard, 35 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Seahawks 30.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. It's a big play there for Seattle. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Cottrell, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. Now Wilson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights.
I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me.